holiday specials going here. Welcome everybody to Spice Up That Cup. We have the Holiday Cup Special. I'm your host, Sosaflow, and with me is Poke Chef Spice Master Nightwing. How you doing today, Mr. Poke Chef Nightwing?
I'm super good, man. Beautiful day. It's snowing here. It's cold as hell. I'm ready to warm up by eating some nice and spicy Pokemon.
Nice and spicy. Well, we have some delicious treats ahead of it for everybody here. The Holiday Cup, which is going to be happening on December 28th through January 4th, will be the Holiday Cup of a meta of normal, grass, electric, ice, flying, and ghost type Pokemon. So with that, knowing that right off the bat, what are you thinking? What are you seeing as the hype of the types right there, Nightwing, when you hear that group?
I mean, we go to PV Poke and rank 1 is Altaria.
Rank 1 is Altaria, right?
I'm pretty sure that's the mon that it's either going to be everyone's going to have or everyone's going to have the hard counter for it.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Altaria, and right on PV Poke, you get that number 1. It's ranked 95% as a lead. Top of its class. It's thick, it's heavy. But this cup here, there's so many extra Pokemon down at the bottom. You're not going to have a team of 6 anymore. You're just going in with a line of 3, and you're hoping the line of 3 works. This is Little Cup all over again. So when you are in the kitchen and you're working up a line and you're cooking up a storm here and you're throwing in your teams, you know when Altaria is going to come. Let's get some spice in there, right? We don't want the regular dough. Let's spice this up, baby. Let's make this fun, sir. So why don't you tell us what your first... What are we pulling out of the refrigerator here, sir? What spice are we pulling out of the refrigerator for you?
I mean, if we're looking at it, the spice would be a Shadow Magnezone.
Shadow Magnezone, right out of the freezer. All right.
It's not that low on PV Poke. Like, I think it's ranked it's rank 11, so like it's very high on the ranking. But the Shadow, the move sets. Magnezone is not a thick boy in Great League whatsoever at all.
Okay.
So like I feel like it's definitely spicy to run this, just because like shadow spice. I feel like if you make it a shadow, it's a spice, and like it hits hard with the wild charge. You can bait with mirror shot. I think it's just a little bit of extra seasoning to add on to your main dish and your side dishes over there.
Yeah, Shadow's giving that extra attack seasoning, like sprinkled in there very nicely, and I know that. Magnezone is definitely a charger, good for the attacks and good for the force. One of it is that it's got the wild charge strategy, right? The build up to 2 wild charge and throw, and those things
nukes.
Nukes.
It's not a nuke, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's great. And you like this thing? You've built this with, you've had some fun with it in other kind of GBL usages?
So I love Magnezone. I loved it from Master League. I really haven't messed with it in Great League.
Okay.
But through the event, I was able to TM a rank 15 Magnemite I had. No frustration. So I was like, all right. And I saw that was rank 11 for this. So I was like, all right, it's time for Magnezone to shine.
And that was the new Team Rocket event that just happened, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Whooper Day.
Whooper Day.
The much loved, no controversy whatsoever. Whooper Day.
Whooper Day.
Great event.
So great. Amazing.
It's what we all wanted.
Well, with Spark, it looks like you can actually get an extra tap in and actually cover 9% more of the meta. I believe it goes from like a 75 to like a 83% of the meta gets covered with an extra Spark. But you say you like playing it as a lead better.
I definitely do like playing. Because Wild Charge is the debuff. I very much like the opportunity to be able to charge it, to throw one Wild Charge, be able to switch out or take their energy with Shield that, be able to switch out. I like having the energy managed. You have to manage your energy really well when it comes to Magnezone.
Nice.
Especially when you said you get an extra tap, you get 9% more of the meta. Being able to store it in the back if you throw a nuke per se is nice, especially if it has maybe if I can get to a wild charge +1.
Yeah.
Then you pretty much it's over in the back.
It's over in the back. Absolutely.
Seen a counter user or a fire user in your set, and even if you do, that's why you have that wild charge.
This Pokemon actually definitely puts that, pressure on the opponent's mental state of can I afford to shield or not. So that is really great with this spice. That's absolutely like that comes up and it creeps back on you, kind of like a ghost pepper. Ooh.
Yeah. Jeez,
So
yeah.
what are you pairing it with, sir? Do you have something special you are pairing with? Do you have an ingredient you are pairing it with?
I definitely do. So the first one would be if we're planning it like a meal, you have to make sure you have your vegetables, right? Like your
Right.
greens.
Well,
And where
do you
get
have
these?
do you have one that you've already prepared visually for us?
Oh, I definitely think I do. Do you want me to go get that?
Let's go get that one. Let's get
Alright,
that
I'll
one.
be
Then
right
we'll talk
back.
about our other green. You said you had a main dish prepared for everybody here.
Yes. I'm just pulling it out of the oven right
Pulling it out of the oven. That's great. I'm so excited. All pre-prep. He's been talking about how he's been marinating this thing, getting it ready because this is what really works well with his spicy Pokemon. All right. Ooh. Smells yummy.
now. It smells so beautiful, bro.
Oh,
So
yeah.
beautiful. So you ready for me to rip this thing up?
Take it open. Show us what it is. What is the delicious Pokemon that works with this spice pick? Ooh.
Marination, and every holiday meal you need to have a bird, right?
Right. Absolutely.
The number one on PV Poke
Oh,
area.
what a
Flying
delicious. Oh my God. That presentation is so good on that delicious bird.
And it just smells so beautiful.
Ah, well, let's take a look at what this bird and this mon can do. So, you're saying that the Altaria is a wonderful bird to pair with it. Why is it so? So you're saying then Magnezone would be a side course here, and you'd pair it with the main meal of Altaria, right?
Yes. Altaria is definitely the main dish, and Magnezone would be considered the spice, like connected to it. I think Altaria is number one on. Like I'm going off PV Poke here. Altaria
Right.
is definitely number one in the meta. It's been an old reliable for almost like a year now, right? Like since like Kingdom or whatever.
Season 1. Like, yeah,
Yep.
since Kingdom. I would say since Kingdom.
So like it's just one of those like mainstays of PvP, or at least in Great League, and now with XL, even Ultra League and stuff. But yeah, just one of those fast hitting fast moves. Dragon Breath is crazy. Sky Attack covers a lot of the meta as well. And I'm running Dragon Pulse. But
Okay.
again, I don't see myself being able to using Dragon Pulse much. Very limited circumstances to be throwing the DP.
Nice. Yeah, when I use Altaria, I don't ever get to a Dark Dragon Pulse unless I'm like, it's finally happened. The moon, everything is lined up perfectly, and I have a Dragon Pulse ready for a full health Altaria. And I'm just like, you have no shield for this.
But that's like finding a unicorn,
Right.
finding a rainbow with a
Right.
leprechaun on top of it.
You don't
it never happens.
You don't really need a second move on Altaria ever. So that is a delicious, lovely bird taste. So that's a main course. Is there any other course or meal that works well with this delicious, spicy Magnezone you have, sir?
So again, we were talking about like the vegetables.
Vegetables.
And for vegetables, I make sure I want a vegetable that rounds it all out and make sure that there's not really one like glaring weakness or counter here. Which again, I'm definitely opening myself up to some weak, but sometimes you just gotta say screw it. I don't want the yam. Just give me straight like the broccoli, the cauliflower, all that, and that would be Venusaur.
Bam.
Some grass and poison typing. I definitely want I'm scared of like the ground, and even if I can get energy management, well, even those ice types, a sludge bomb still hits pretty decent hard. Yeah. So I'm definitely weak to ice in the back, but that's why Magnezone is kind of one of those things. Like I want to throw the wild charge, and then switch out and pretty much sack swap one or the other.
So we've made a delicious full course here, actually, is what you're saying is what we've done here.
Yes.
We've made a full course meal. We got the bird main course, you got your salad and Venusaur, right? And then Magnezone here. So yeah, I would say as a lead, you'd put in Magnezone, right? If you're weak to grass or not flying or ice, Magnezone can come back in and get that extra tap, which then covers it for the rest of the meta, which we just talked about.
Yep.
This is a beautiful... What's up?
No, and even if that's why I like Wild Charge so much, because it still hits hard on the things it's like weak against. Yeah, like if I see a stun fist in the lead, I'm kind of like like that. Maybe I quit out of that battle, But
Right.
like other than that, like yeah, no, Wild Charge still hits super hard, even the things that it like resist it. Which
Wow.
sometimes that extra energy, like that extra deep damage, can make a
Hmm.
big difference in the end.
Absolutely. Especially if they let it through, right? They think you're trying to
Yes.
mirror shot them. They let it through. Wow, that's a great lineup, sir. That is a delicious, delicious, spicy pick. Right back here, as you see, we're back live. Hey, everybody. We are some wonderful faces. That was some a delicious lineup there. That Magnazone. Wonderful, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
And,
No, and yeah, I just so again, it was one of those things where I looked at the meta, I saw that Magnezone was like rank 11.
mhm.
I have a Shadow Magnezone was like rank 11. I have a rank 15 Great League Magnezone. I was like, yeah, I'm doing this. I spent 200 coins to buy a lure just so I can evolve this thing. Like, but yeah, no, I'm super excited for the holiday cup. For like one, I want to use Magnezone, and if I'm gonna pair something that I'm not really again, how many people have a lot of experience with Shadow Mag? Like
Not that
the only
many.
thing I've ever really seen is like I know Stark uses a Hundo for Master League, but like
Hmm.
no one really ever we see that in Great League. So if I'm gonna pair something really haven't used a lot or like I'm unsure about, I'm gonna pair it with the mainstays of PvP, which is Altaria and
Altaria.
Venusaur. Venusaur's been around since the day
The
one,
dawn of
the
time.
dawn of
Yeah.
time.
Dawn
Yeah,
of Time, Venusaur.
yeah,
Altaria and Venusaur, Season 1 gems. Magnezone coming in after Season 2 for sure. Um, Dude, that's great. Yeah, no one really knows Magnezone very well, and because of Altaria being top notch, those fairies are gonna come in. Wigglytuff, part of that normal fairy typing with that charm. You'll probably see a lot of those. So Magnezone with that mirror shot there, giving you that coverage too. Man, it seems like you got a good head on your shoulder on a team there. So I can't
yeah.
wait to see how that works for you. Shadow Spice. Well,
Who doesn't love shadows?
who I love Shadow. As a matter of fact, my Pokemon is a Shadow Pokemon too, and it's
Exactly.
electric as well. And I'm going with the Shadow Electivire. And you're like, wait, what's up with this, Sosaflo? I'm like, Shadow Electivire, but I'm not going with Flamethrower Shadow Electivire. I'm going with the regular moveset. Again, why am I doing that? Because the Wild Charge is so underrated. The
Yes.
Wild Charge strategy is so underrated, and people don't know how dangerous that is. These Pokemons that can get to Wild Charge and Discharge, they'll build up to 2, and then you're forced to use a shield no matter what, because they're going to throw 2 wild charges because they'll have them ready and then swap out whether or not their Pokemon has little health or not. Like, these Mons are meant to take the shield or to take the Mon. That's what these glass cannons are for. And that super extra spicy, shadowy goodness gives it that extra umph, so that icy punch beats the Altaria. This thing actually covers 8 of the top 10 Pokemon off of PV Poke. So, like, he is a beast of a Mon there, too. He's got tons of bait potential, which is what I love when I look for spicy Pokemon. When I'm looking for something to cover it in, be a spicy Pokemon as a team, I like my spicy Mon to make sure that I can get that bait potential to play that mental game. Am I going to make this? Is it going to be spicy enough to make my opponent sweat, right? Are they really going to have that taste that's just going to be like, oh, I've got to shield this, and I bait them with the Ice Punch? Who knows? Another thing, though, is that he is glassy, but he's not as RPS as you would think in this meta. In a lot of metas, yes, he's RPS, he's off the table real quickly when someone else walls him. But there's not that many things that can wall him, and we're playing GBL, remember. This is not Sylph. So no one's going to see your team of 6. So when they see the Electivire come out, they're not going to know what hit them. They're not going to figure it out right away. They'll have to swap the Altaria. Your Altaria swap can come in. Like, all of these great things. He is such a great Pokemon for the GBL format of the 3-line. You don't know what 3 Pokemon they have. Thundershock generating all the energy so well too. I love him. I think he's great. The fact that he has Ice Punch putting into check Altaria, it's wonderful. So let me give you guys some of my ingredients that I'll put with Electivire, because just like always, he is a side dish, but you want to always, just like with Magnezone, you want your greens, man. Your greens are just such a great staple. I don't know how many times I can tell people to get your greens in there. Last week we had eat your vegetables, build your Venusaur, get your Frenzy Plant Venusaur ready to go. If you are thinking about Elite TM in something, a Frenzy Plant on a Venusaur would be perfect. This thing is great to work with all sorts of mons. It is wonderful. The two of these actually cover 90% of the meta together. Like, there's nothing that the two of these guys can't handle. And once again, you're not dealing with a team of 6 where someone's going to see your team and know it right away. So if I'm forcing shields with Ice Punch and Wild Charge, and Venusaur comes in to clean up shop, I'm feeling pretty good. One thing, though, that I am, having a hard time to is that I really need a Lapras there. Some good Altaria counters. So flyers are really, not really flyers, things that are weak to ice. My boy here, Electivire, gets covered right off the bat. The two of them with Lapras, him and Lapras, the Surfs, the Ice Punch again. What a combination. Now, I know Lapras is such a cute dessert, right? This is one of the staple ice creams since season 1, too. Would you consider Lapras a Slurpee or an Icy?
Slurpee.
A Slurpee.
Brain freeze and Lapras that's what it's meant for.
What it's meant for, right? Again, another hitter for the Altarias, for the Flyers, with the Ice Shards, the Surf, and I would suggest using Ice Beam with it, not Skull Bash in this cup. That being said, because the Wigglytuffs, you'll want the Lapras. That'll knock out Electivire. Frost Slash, you'll want the Lapras, because the Frost Slash will knock out Electivire. Like, this is everything that counters Altaria. You'll want Lapras to cover for Electivire, and you've got yourself what a shockingly spicy, just mixed drink there. Like, they won't expect it. They won't expect it because they need a counter. What will they need? They'll need an electric, but they'll have their Altarias. They'll have their Vigoroths out there. They'll have their Alolan Marowaks. Lapras is good for a lot of those. Hard counters, those Surfs, extra pressure again. And another good one too, same kind of thing, is our boy Dugong, Yes, Altaria is around, and you want to make sure that you have enough energy. Again, Electivire is Glassy Wind, so you want to be able to make sure you can take Altaria and all of the counters of it with the Icy Wind. So like the Wigglytuff, boom. Icy Wind here, Ice Shards down. What shield pressure Dugong has. These matchups here will give you the greatest coverage with the Electivire, these wonderful pieces. And then, of course, if you wanted to put in the Altaria, of course you can put in the main meal Altaria. Altaria will be around for everything. That is such the metamon in this cup. It's unreal. But everybody's going to be ready for it. So Electivire provides you the extra Altaria coverage, but also the Flyer coverage, the Grass coverage, the Ghost coverage, and the teams that it works well with provide you the coverage for all of the things it's weak to. So that's my big guy right there. That's my little spice pick, little delicious zappity zap taste buds on my Shadow Electivire. Again, another Pokemon, it takes another tap and boom, it covers, boost. The meta boost is insane. That Wild Charge is just so great. That strategy. There's the word I was looking for. I was trying to think of the cooking word for it. When you're stirring up a Wild Charge in the pot and it's ready to fire off 2 Wild Charge strategies. So good.
You let it brew. Let it get thick. Yeah.
So how are you liking these spice picks so far? What are you thinking about these two spice picks?
I mean, I'm very excited to try out Shadow Magnezone. Never really had a lot of experience using the Shadow version of it.
Hmm.
I do like the fact that we're running 2 electric. Where are you putting Electivire? Is that the lead? Is that the closer?
I'm putting Electivire as the lead here. And I say
Yeah.
that again as the lead, just like you would with Magnezone there. You know, it's great.
It's,
Then you swap it, and then it comes in, gets that extra tap, and just terrorizes everything else.
yeah.
Right.
Pretty much. It's like I know Altaria is like the main course,
Mhm.
but like that was actually the one. I looked at Dugong. I looked at Lapras. I didn't have a Dugong or a Lapras doll, so I get like. But like yeah, I looked at those two and I wanted to. I very much like that Magnezone to spice, but like I plan on that's the bread and butter of the team. Like I want to wild charge everything I possibly can. I don't want to even try to bait as much because I don't want to fail the baits. I literally want to build up to 2, throw a wild charge,
Yeah.
dip out, and sack swap something. Maybe even Altaria to bring out the counters to it all.
Yeah. You could. That would be great. I mean, even get the counter user to come out and then bring out your Altaria in the back, right? Because they're going to bring counter users to, I mean.
Oh, I mean, if they switch on me, that's the great. That's the
Right?
yeah. That's the scenario that you pray for. But
And that's why these two would be great as lead. Now, a fun tip on these two is that they have to be Shadow because they really are. Electivire, I will say Electivire is really dependent on those extra 2 attack points it gets for the Icy Wind, for the Wild Charge that Shadow provides. Yes, it is glassy. Yes, the defense is weaker too, but those attack boosts there, that's what's so great about it. And that's why these Shadowmon, I feel my Shadow Pokemon is good in the GBL format, again, because you're not going to get countered by a team.
yeah, they don't know what's coming.
They don't
If
know what's
see-
coming.
Yeah, if they know your team, you're gonna see yeah. The blind 6, there's not that many great aspects of blind pick 6, but if there is one, this is it. The fact that they don't know when like you're allowed to bring Spicer, because who plans for that?
Who
Like, people
plans
plan
for it?
meta? Like who plans for craziness?
No, I mean, everybody had Bronzer for the Little Cup, right? There's
Yep,
the Bronzers and the Dinos. And what happened? Whimsicott became a thing. And, Garvana became a thing, right? The little chompy piranha. He became a thing for the Baby Cup to knock out with the bite, for a little bit with the bite.
Oh yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah. No, bro, I was one of the cottony people. Baby Whimsicott.
Baby Whimsicott,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, Charm is nice.
Charm is really nice with that. But yeah, with this cup too, Holiday Cup, it's going to be the same thing. We're going to see a lot of Altaria sprinkled in there. So why not throw some spice out? Why not change it up on them? Why not spice up that cup?
Yeah, definitely. Well,
All right.
yeah. Thanks for having me here. I'm glad we gave a little seasoning onto our mons.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming in here and giving me your wonderful ingredients and your little seasoning and some flavor zest here on the Holiday Cup. I would love to see what footage you have on the Magnezone, Shadow Spicy Magnezone, come, the Holiday Cup on Twitter and stuff. So please post up how you do well.
My battles and stuff like that, and put them on social media. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, once you get that wild charge off, it's game over. You can really boost about it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Nightwing, for joining me today. Thank you all for watching this lovely time. And like always, guys, keep on battling.
Boom, boom, boom.
Bop, bop.